So CD Projekt RED just dropped a ton of brand new information thanks to a video that they released on their CD Projekt Group YouTube channel. As you can see right here, they discuss in this video the future of the company, the future of their franchises. They also go on to mention that they are going to be providing annual roadmaps from here on out, and they're going to be changing up how they're going to be doing their development process. They're reconsidering pursuing a standalone Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer game and instead focusing their efforts elsewhere. So this is some really fascinating stuff. But they also did mention that they promise to remain focused on what they are known for, which is that standalone single-player RPG experience. They're going to be building off of that. So yeah, a lot of stuff to go over here. So let's dive straight in right now. Hey everyone, what's happening? Overworld Games here. Hope you're doing good, and let's see what CD Projekt RED had to go on to say. Now, they have this chart here about what they were focused on and how they were developing, games and working to their new development strategy. So they are going to be focusing on genre blending with AAA RPG at its core. They're going to be focusing on single player plus online. They previously were focused on only single player. They are also now focused on parallel IP development, agile delivery, AAA broad IP ecosystem, mobile beyond gaming, which is going to include, of course, the Netflix TV series, and then team and quality focus. We're going to talk about that later on in the video, about how they're going to strategize to basically keep crunch to a minimum, because that's always been a controversy in gaming development, and CD Projekt RED has seen a fair share of controversy regarding that as well. Now, about the roadmap, they are promising annual roadmaps from here on out, and they provided this, that they will be doing patches and updates for Cyberpunk, free DLC, and the next-gen update here in 2021. For The Witcher, we're going to be seeing Monster Slayer, which of course is the mobile offering, a next-gen update for The Witcher 3, and further development of Gwent. No mention of The Witcher 4, of course, so it seems like they're going to be focused wholeheartedly on those two going forward. But it's nice to know that they are opening up and going to be giving us a roadmap. Now, we're going to be talking about marketing and how they're going to be changing their marketing approach, because you guys know that they have deceptive marketing tactics in the past, especially when it comes to old-gen consoles. They're changing that completely. They've learned their lesson big time. Now, also, they have this, what is called a flywheel strategy for developing their games and also keeping a franchise alive. And they showed this off with The Witcher first and foremost, that they would create and increase incremental gaming content, develop world-class AAA RPGs, and continue it, provide players with memorable experience, and of course expand into other media products, that sort of thing. They're going to be doing the same thing here with Cyberpunk 2077. They were really adamant about not giving up on Cyberpunk whatsoever. They did say this, that they're going to be providing those updates and free DLCs in 2021, next-gen release and free next-gen update in the second half of 2021 as well. The expansions for the game are in progress right now. They're being developed, and addition of online elements are also being worked on right now for Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of you guys are probably going to roll your eyes about the online stuff, but we're going to be talking about that here in just a moment. Now, at the core of everything that they are going to be working on going forward as a company, whether it's creating a new franchise, whether it's working on Cyberpunk, Witcher, what have you, RPG is going to be at the core. They're just mixing it up with action elements, and then you have Cyberpunk with action and shooter elements. What's next on the table? We shall see, but I think online is going to become more of a prevalent thing in the DNA of CD Projekt RED, with that base being single-player, narrative, story-driven stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the future with all this. Now, they did outline what they really want to do when it comes to developing their games as well and streamlining the experience. They're going to be developing a sustainable and caring work environment. Hope that works out. Redefining and empowering the CTO role, rolling out agile ways of working, centralizing the RED engine to serve two franchises. This is going to be really, really important, because they want the RED engine to be able to work between both Cyberpunk and The Witcher without any problems, and they're going to have some strategies involving that I'll be diving into in a moment as well. They're going to also be improving their external communication. I would imagine that would be how they are marketing things and scaling up the talent pool. One thing they really mentioned going forward is that they are going to be looking for new talent and expanding. That's going to be one of their big goals in 2021 and beyond. Now, when it comes to actually developing the RED Engine 2. This is going to be the next-gen version of the RED Engine, and they're going to continue this one by deploying cross-project experts. This is a great idea. So between The Witcher and Cyberpunk, you're going to have a team of specialists that understand this engine and will be able to communicate problem solutions and new discoveries between both worlds, The Witcher and Cyberpunk, which is going to be immensely useful and helpful to the team. So if someone discovers something really cool, this team of experts can be like, what did you discover? Can we implement that now into the Witcher franchise? And then they go to the Witcher team and they show this to that team. So I found that really interesting, and that should smooth the process of also developing future franchises even outside of The Witcher and Cyberpunk on that engine. Now, what about the marketing and PR campaigns? As you can know, they went through a lot of controversy when it came to how they marketed Cyberpunk 2077. Even to this day, again, they have like a PS4 trailer that's labeled PS4 trailer on the official PlayStation channel that shows off ultra footage of a Cyberpunk basically on PC. So they're going to have to change their tune here. So they did talk about how when they start up marketing once again for any new game franchise, that they are going to do it where it's not such a long marketing campaign. It's going to be closer to release of the game. In addition, they promise that they will be showing whatever game it is that they are working on. That game will be showcased on all platforms as well. So they're not going to be just showing it off on one platform. And honestly, they're going to have to do this for legal reasons as well if they don't want to get sued in the future. Now, they also plan to communicate that with a focus on more polished footage and demos. And again, that's going to be showcased on all platforms as well. So that's super noteworthy. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do for the developers, you know, working at CD Projekt RED as well. They're going to have to really help these guys out so that they aren't burned out at all. And they actually talked about this a little bit, that they want to provide a more comfortable, open, and empowering environment. We'll see again, you know, these studios really, you know, crunch their developers, of course. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, in this economy, that's actually a good thing. You have overtime and everything like that. But, you know, everyone has their opinion about this. But when you overwork people, their quality of work actually can go down. So they got to be careful. They got to find that balance. It's going to be interesting if they can actually do that. Now, speaking of expansions, CD Projekt RED is actually signing on some new teams. They have just signed investment term sheet with Digitalscapes in Vancouver, and they are going to become a trusted partner. And this team here is going to help them improve their technology, provide, you know, more quality to, I believe it's to like gaming in general, because this team, I did a video about Digitalscapes, and they specialize in everything essentially. They specialize in single player games, RPGs, multiplayer, so it seems like they'll be able to grab whatever talent from that studio if they really need help and are perhaps you know, understaffed at the time. They can look at Digitalscapes and say, we need your help with this, and Digitalscapes will loan that help in the future. So yes, with the online experience, they do plan to expand their online operations. They're going to be scaling back with the Cyberpunk 2077 standalone multiplayer experience. It seems like that one has been tabled for now. It doesn't even seem like they're pursuing it. And it looks like they're going to be you know, doing something with GOG, which is their own platform. It's much like Steam in a way. They really want to expand that, make it like a hub space for online gamers, and integrate it into their current franchises as well. They're working their way up to stabilizing their franchises, building them, and then ultimately connecting them in an online space. Whatever that means, let me know your take on this. You could take that any way, but personally, you know, we'll see what happens. It seems like they want to make GOG also a powerhouse platform and super competitive against the likes of Epic Game Store and Steam going forward. Now it's time for your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. Let's see what you guys had to say, shall we? So, first of all, the last video was, of course, about the new 44 gigabyte update, which is live right now. And then we have new DLC leaks and rumors, which sound really, really interesting. I cannot wait to see what will be forthcoming with that. Now, Dante says this: what I want them to fix is how V goes to sleep. That has actually been fixed. So yeah, now he goes to sleep normally. And he won't have backaches in the morning. Travis says, I hope we can get interaction with the city that we had in story, like drinking in a bar, playing on the guitar, etc. It seems like a lot of you guys also want those type of social features to make their way into the game as it was promised previously. Ivan says, Cyberpunk 2077, the first game where devs date to make teasers even for a patch. Yep. Raphael says they should have an expansion where you have to get Johnny his own new body. I thought that would be actually really cool too. Doodlepop says, I really hope one of the expansions expands on whatever romance you had and also has some sort of conclusion for your character. I think if they do these expansions, they're going to be, this is just my take on it, this is speculation, they're going to be more standalone experiences, and I think outside of the vanilla game, they're going to include, I hope, features that we have been requesting. So there was also an expansion that leaked called Night City expansion. That sounds like that could be a big one and include a lot of the stuff that you guys have been really, really wanting. Now, Great White Shark goes on to say we need more facial constructive options, etc., like made-up faces of any celebrity or role bikini model faces, etc. Pamiro says, please fix this game. This game has so much potential. Yes, I'm seeing a lot more activity on the subreddit. A lot of you really just want this game to have a comeback. I'm in the same boat. I don't want to see Projekt RED gone. You know, they have so much talent. They provided us with an amazing franchise, The Witcher, and I hope they get this one together and that it's a solid experience in the future, whether that's 6 months from now or a year. And, you know, I think the time to really look at this game and to revisit it would be with that next-gen update. I think they're going to be planning a lot around that. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Cyberpunk 2077 news updates, and I will see you all next time. Take care.